Hello everybody, welcome back to Planet X News. This is Scott from the Nibiru channel. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you were all witness to the pretty big discovery that we made on the SDO footage, clearly showing a rather large spherical object moving through the corona. You know, making that discovery has once again brought a lot of heat onto myself and the doctor. No big deal. But in continuing with this investigation into several brown dwarf stars, red dwarf stars, Nemesis, Nibiru, Planet X, Wormwood, the blue, the red Kachina, whatever you want to call it, the bottom line is these objects are here. And they are interfering with our sun. They are affecting our sun. Therefore, all of this is affecting our Earth. We've been speaking about this now on my channel for almost a year. Now more of the evidence is coming in. It's becoming more and more visible. What you're looking at on your screen right now, I was waiting to capture this, and sure enough, it's there. I wanted to confirm what I saw coming around the sun in the SDO imaging was truly there. Today you're looking at the stereo ahead Core 2 image. The date is several hours before you saw the footage on the SDO, that purple footage of the object coming through the corona on the sun. Now, I'm only showing 3 frames here because that's all there is. This object is there and then it's gone. If you follow my cursor, it appears right here. It seems to be very close to the size that the doctor calculated the other day looking at the SDO footage. Now, once again, either NASA just missed this, which I think they did, or they want us to see it. I'm going to go with my first statement. They missed this. Now, I could show you the rest of the footage. You can go to stereo ahead Core 2 and view the whole footage yourself. A lot of interference occurring on the sun at that time. Interference also occurring with the camera system, or this was induced by NASA themselves. It's just very hard to say. We're seeing a lot of pixelization on the flaring. Normally this is very clear. Another object also appears right here where my cursor is. I have no idea what that object is. But we're very interested in what this object is right there. And again, the timing, the dates, the date stamp, everything coincides with what we saw on the SDO moving through the corona on July 10th of 2017. I want to document all of this, ladies and gentlemen. You know, the bottom line is we know the objects are there. We've been working on this for so long. It's just a matter of proving it. And I think that we are proving it beyond a shadow of a doubt that we have many objects in our solar system, very close to our sun, interacting with our sun. Now, I put together some photographs so you can take a look at these. Now, this is a photograph, a very close-up photograph of the SDO on July 10th, showing the object moving through the corona. Now, it seemed to be coming from this side of the sun. How far of a distance away, you know, that's very hard to calculate. But it did pass right through the corona. There was a disturbance of the corona where you saw the object come through. Now, we're going to move to the next photograph. And this is going to be from the Core 2 that I just showed you, the red imaging. I reduced this to black and white. Well, actually more of a grayscale. So you can see the object. Now, the more I zoom in on it into your screen, it may pixelize a little bit, but you can clearly see the object. And right here, if you look on this side, the right side of the object, which was facing the sun, it's clearly illuminated. Clearly. You can see. I hope you all can see this. But it's clearly illuminated right here. That side is facing the sun. You can see the rays of the sun just slightly up here. I'm going to move to another image. Now, this is just a screen capture. No changes, no nothing. Now you can barely see it, but you can clearly see this small white area, which was the illumination area coming from the sun, which is up over here. Right there. Move to another image. Now I reduced a little bit of the light in this photograph, once again trying to bring it out. Now again, it starts to pixelize because of the interference on the original video, but you can clearly see this object. It's right there, and the illumination spot right here. The sun being up here in the corner. There's your illumination. There's your object. Right there. Let's move on to another image. This one's a little lighter, and again, you're going to see this pixelization because there was a lot of interference going on the Core 2 camera, probably because of the interference from the brown dwarf passing by the sun therefore reacting, and just the camera systems being bombarded by all of this action coming from the sun with the interaction of this brown dwarf. Once again, you can see the illumination here where my cursor is, and the sun being here. Now, you know, this very dark streak that occurred in all of the photographs, I don't know what this is, but it has to be related to this object. I'll move in a little closer, but you can see it pixelizes. But there's our object right there. Now, I truly believe that that is the object that passed directly through the corona of the sun on July 10th. There's no doubt in my mind, folks. I mean, you're always going to have your critics that are going to come out there and say you're full of it. You're a fearmonger. You're a liar. You're this, you're that. The fact of the matter is, that's more evidence that a brown dwarf came around the sun and through the corona of the sun on July 10th of 2017. To me, this is definitely telling me that these objects, or that object specifically, is probably in some type of a tight orbit around our sun. The sun is now its host. That much is a fact. It's a fact that I believe. I can't speak for anyone else, but I truly believe that this is what is occurring. Now, we're going to take a look here, just so there's no, doubt. This is the date, this is the timestamp. July 9th, 2017, 1809:35. Let's zoom into this a little bit. There's your object. Now, I just changed the grayscale just a little bit to get more clarity. And lo and behold, there's your object right there. Once again, there is an illuminated side to this object right where my cursor is. There's the sun. There's your illumination. And once again, this very, very dark trail that seems to be behind this object and somewhat out in front of it. So it's clearly there. Again, this object here, I don't know what this is. I have no idea what that anomaly is, but that is clearly a spherical object right there in your screen. Now, I did take one more screen capture of this, reduced it to a grayscale. And it does pixelize because there was a lot of interference with the camera and the reaction between this object and the sun. And we see this a lot with the stereo cameras. The object is right there, once again, being illuminated on this side, right where my little cursor is. Sun here, illumination right there. A little clearer shot. So the fact of the matter is, folks, once again, you know, we're breaking this thing wide open. To me, there's no doubt. I no longer have any doubts whatsoever that this object or these objects definitely exist in our inner solar system now. You know, I'm not too worried about objects that are out past Neptune and Pluto and, you know, way out in the Kuiper belt. Those objects don't mean anything at this particular time. What is most important is detecting these objects that are directly near the sun and orbiting the sun in a very, very tight orbit. I think that's why we're seeing all of these issues with our sun. Large coronal holes, now all of these plasma discharges from the sun. You know, we saw this very large sunspot moving past the Earth yesterday, AR 2665. Increased earthquake activity, increased volcanic activity, insane weather around the world happening on a daily basis. The fact of the matter is, we found the evidence, we have the evidence. But you think this would be enough to shut the mouths of the debunkers and the naysayers? But they'll never shut up. They'll never cross over to the real side of the real truth. We know that. Personally, I don't care. But once again, spending hours and hours each and every day trying to make these discoveries, well, that's what it's all about. I do this for myself, and I do this for each and every one of you that want to seek the knowledge and the information pertaining to these objects being in our solar system. And they are here. I truly believe they are here to stay. The sun is their host, and I don't think they're going to leave, and neither does the doctor. We spoke deeply about this yesterday, and we still agree that the sun is the host of these brown dwarf stars. They will continue to draw energy from the sun. How long? We don't know. The reactions to the sun and the brown dwarf, they're going to continue. They're definitely going to continue. I urge everyone to go to the stereo imaging for Core 2. Pull up July 9th through July 10th. Slow the footage down. Look for the hours of 1809. Slow it down so you can see it, because if you let it run at its regular speed, you will miss it. And that's probably what they counted on, you missing it. But they didn't count on me being, well, let's say my tenacity is at a very high level. I want to find these objects because I know they're there. You're clearly seeing it on your screen. Confirmation once again. We're going to have a live stream later on this morning with the doctor, and she's looking at the footage now herself. She's going to put together a report, try to make some calculations, and we'll be streaming this live on YouTube. This is Scott from Planet X News and the Nibiru channel. Thank you for watching.